Welcome to the Registered Disability page. In this quick video, we'll walk through how to accurately add all the details surrounding your RDSP. Now, the questions required are slightly different if you're under the age of 60. So in this first phase of the video, we'll walk through for users who are over the age of 60, and in the second phase, anyone that's younger than 60 can follow along. First step is to indicate that you do have an RDSP, and then input its current total value. Next, input the growth rate, or how you'd like to simulate your RDSP growing throughout the analysis. The default is 6%, however you can come in and manually change that if you like. You can then indicate if you've already reached your lifetime max contribution limit. For those who have, simply select yes. For those who haven't, select no, and then input your total lifetime contribution to date. Whether you've already reached your lifetime contribution limit or not, you can then input the government support you've already received. How much have you already received from the grants and bonds from the Canadian government? Finally, if you've already made withdrawals from your RDSP so far this year, please input the amount you already withdrew. If you haven't made any withdrawals so far this year, you can leave this blank or input 0. Once all required fields are completed, select Save. Now let's go through the workflow for those users who are under the age of 60. If you do have the RDSP, select Yes and input the current total balance. You can use the default growth rate or update that if you wish. You'll then be required to indicate if you've reached your lifetime contribution limit. If you have, select Yes, and for those who haven't, select No. You will then be required to input the total amount you've contributed to your RDSP throughout your lifetime. Now this includes your own contributions along with any family member contributions. If you do plan to continue contributing to your RDSP, select Yes, and input how much you personally plan to invest into your RDSP on an annual basis. If you have any family members that contribute to your RDSP, you can also indicate Yes, and how much they contribute each year. The government support section requires you to input how much you've received from the government throughout your lifetime. This includes both grants and bonds. Finally, please indicate if you plan to make any withdrawals prior to the age of 60. For those who have no interest in making early withdrawals, select No and click Save to continue. Now, for those who do plan to take early withdrawals from their RDSP prior to the age of 60, or just want to simulate the impact of early withdrawals, you can select Yes from the dropdown. Next, indicate the age you want to simulate taking these early withdrawals. Now, as you may be aware, taking early withdrawals from your RDSP may trigger government repayments based on grants and bonds you've already received. So to allow Optiml to accurately calculate what these repayments may be, please indicate the year that you opened your RDSP account. Now, the government grants and bonds stop at the age of 49 and has a 10-year window that any withdrawals within that period will trigger possible repayment, which is why it's encouraged by the government to start taking withdrawals at age 60, which don't trigger any repayments. Now, the value in the table is simply an average. Based on lifetime contributions and when you open the account, it just averages out in any given year. If there are any years that you receive more or less in government grants or bonds that's being averaged out, you can simply click and manually update it if you wish. Once all required fields are completed, select Next or Save to continue.